Hi, welcome to Clear Notion. In this video, we're going to be talking about the ways in which people communicate verbally that are completely and totally all jumbled up. So, to give you a counter example that you can compare against, I can tell you right now that I feel very excited to make this content because I love creating stuff like this and I love that creative process. Obviously, that's not the most clear thing in the world that I could possibly say, but that is pretty clear and you can really go somewhere with that. So, now we're going to get into the main content area of this, and I do have a point that I'm trying to prove that I'll tell you at the end. So, for example, if you imagine a couple that have been together for a long time, I'm going to keep on going back to these two, and they decide that they're going to meet together out at a really nice restaurant. Maybe the Cheesecake Factory or Prime. And so the guy gets there, he orders a table, he gets it all nice, and now he's waiting. He's looking at his watch, and his wife isn't there yet. So, okay. And then when she finally does get there, he goes right up to her and he says, "You've abandoned me." Okay, whoa. Now, of course, abandonment tends to lend itself towards shame, but the way he's approaching her would seem to suggest anger, and it also could be sadness. So you have no idea what this guy is feeling. Very unclear. Now, same couple, just a different scenario. They're at home, they're kind of cleaning around the house and whatnot, and the husband accidentally breaks a vase that was very important. And then his wife comes up to him and he says, "You don't love me." Very unclear. A lot of things could be going on here. She could be upset about the vase. She could be angry about it. She could feel ashamed because she needed to keep that vase and it was just really important. She could have a lot of other problems going on in the relationship that is a concern to her, but she's been holding it all in, and now she just says, "You don't love me." And of course, it's not even an expression of emotion. It's not even an "I feel" statement. It's just really a judgment and evaluation of the other person, which is very common actually when other people are trying to state their emotions, even if that's not what they are consciously trying to do. So, just as an example of that, imagine a guy with his bros and just chilling out at some downtown scene, and they see a few girls. So the guy looks over at the girls and he's like, "Yeah." And the guys are like, "Yeah, you got this, bro." So he goes over there, and the girl doesn't like him. She just, for whatever reason, she doesn't like him. And then he walks on back all deflated and whatnot, head down, and he tells his boys, "I got rejected. I feel so rejected." So that's not a feeling. That's not a feeling. This could be one of many, many different things. Again, I mean, shame, sadness, anger, whatever. I feel rejected it's not a feeling. It's not an emotion. It's a judgment of the other person that they rejected you. But really, you cannot be rejected. It doesn't make sense. Now, another example of this, a kid comes home from school and his grandfather comes into his room after he's got situated for like 5 minutes. He says, "How you doing, sonny? How you feeling?" And the kid says, "I feel bad." That's it. That's all he says. Now, very unclear because you don't know what this kid is feeling. He could be feeling anything, really. And so you have no idea. His grandfather has no idea. What will he do? Nobody knows. Just another really interesting example. If a policeman were to knows that a person stole something, they stole a water bottle of great value from Walmart, and he has a video of this stealing, this theft, and he has the guy that stole it in an interrogation room. So he goes in there, this police officer, sits down across the table from the thief, and he says, "Why did you steal this water bottle?" And the thief gets all angry. He's like, "I cannot believe you would accuse me of doing this. You are going to hear from my lawyers." And he just goes on this angry rant about all the things that he's going to do and how there's been a misjustice, an injustice performed. Obviously, this is very unclear because he's covering up all the emotions of actually having done it with the emotion of anger. All right. And just a few more, because there are a few interesting ones here. A person goes to work, and one of their coworkers, let's just call him George, he talks in circles to this person. Now, maybe he talks about one thing in particular. Well, then it might be he really wants this thing. He's really infatuated with it, whatever. But of course, he could be talking about just a bunch of random things. Or he could be talking about a random problem of his. But he keeps on looping on it. So, like, what is going on? What is he feeling? Perhaps, this happens a lot, the person doesn't even know what they're feeling because they don't have any labels to put onto their experience. So they have no idea what they're even saying. It seems like they're just relaying random facts, but they keep telling it over and over, which would seem to suggest that there's something more to it. Now, the point that I'm trying to prove here is you don't know what a person is feeling just by accepting whatever they're telling you. You need to have your own model of how emotions work, how needs work, and how people operate in order to really understand what another person is telling you. Because if you don't, you're going to accept their unconscious assumptions of what is going on, of what they perceive in the reality, without having concrete facts or sensory-based experience that can back it up. So what I'm really saying is that just because an emotion is not expressed clearly, it doesn't mean that the person is necessarily going to be misunderstood. Although it does usually mean that. Because if you are skilled at listening to other people, you'll be able to put it inside of your own model of reality and not just take theirs for it. You'll be able to understand the context of the situation and move forward from there. And people want that. People want to be understood. And of course, you're going to help them make sense of the world as you do this. It all starts coming together. And that's all I have to say for today. More videos coming in the future. Peace.